Hey, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today we're looking at a game that I was actually very surprised we hadn't already covered on the channel yet, and that is the Legends of the Alliance app-supported co-op and solo mode for Imperial Assault. I had a vote with our Patreon patrons for whether we should do a video of the older campaign mode or the newer raid mode, and in one of our closest votes ever, I think it was literally a one vote difference, raid mode won out. So we're going to show you what the one-off raid mode looks like. There are two of them to choose from, and they each need a couple of different expansions, or you can buy a raid map separately. Now, the only big box expansion I'm missing for Imperial Assault is Tyrants of Lothal, so I'm going to have to do the Grey Cap Cantina, which isn't ideal because it uses higher level cards. You'll kind of see crazy powerful heroes right off the bat. Maybe that'll be fun, we'll see. And like with all the stuff in the app, we can pick normal or hard mode. I'm going to try hard mode because my 2 plays on normal went pretty well and smoothly. And for heroes, I wanted a mix of somebody quick and stealthy and a bruiser. So I'm going with Jin Odan from the core game, and Onar Koma, who I think was from Jabba's realm. I could do 4 heroes, but I think it's a little bit much to film and show you all the powers at once, so we'll stick with 2. Now, they do have a little storyline for this, but again, it's just a one-off mode that's going to be the same every time you play it, so no need to read it. And if you haven't seen the app before, this is the basic out-of-mission interface. You've got the armory down here where you can buy and sell items, and you've got over here where you can upgrade your characters, as well as some other buttons over here. But in raid mode, it's a one-off experience where you level up your guys and give them a bunch of gear, and you go in, and that's all you have to work with for the whole scenario. So let's start with leveling up and showing you my 2 characters. So again, in this raid, I'm going to have all 4 level ups. You pick 1 out of the 2 available at each level right at the start. In the other one, you only have level 1 and 2 skills. So we'll start by making our choices for Jin Odan, the smuggler. So the big thing about raid mode is you're trying to get as much fame as possible in 6 rounds. And you mainly get fame by defeating enemy groups and by interacting with these mission tokens spread around the map. So the 3 things I need most are killing enemies quickly, moving a lot, and getting bonuses to attribute tests. So between Jin's 2 level 1 upgrades, she can move after she gets shot at, or she can exhaust this card to reroll an attribute test. And since attribute tests are half of the fame we're going to gain, definitely going to take Smuggler's Luck first. Next we have Roll With It versus Cheap Shot. So Cheap Shot triggers off of Jin's key special ability, Quick Draw, which basically means she gets to shoot before an enemy can move or shoot at her. So here I would do more damage with that every time, and I could stun people, not bad. Or the other option, I can take some strain to get better defense. Yeah, we're definitely going to go for the one that hurts people quicker. For level 3, Jin's got Gunslinger or Get Cocky. And this is actually a tough choice. Get Cocky will let me get some strain back whenever I kill somebody, which is one of my key resources. But Gunslinger lets me combo pistols together and also get bonuses to my attacks. I'm going to go for Gunslinger, I think, and see if I can get 2 good pistols, although that will really strain my resources. And last one's pretty easy for this mission. Trick Shot lets me shoot from other spaces, basically, get line of sight more easily, but Sidewinder gives me +2 movement every time I attack. That's ridiculous. I'm definitely going to take Sidewinder. Now, as for Onar, he's a big bruiser. He has a ton of health, but he has no defense, which means he's just going to take all the damage people dish out to him. He can rush and push small figures nearby. He can't get stunned or other harmful conditions. He heals whenever he rests. So, yeah, he's an interesting one. My level 1 choices are going to be pretty simple. Get Down helps me defend myself or others. Keep Up gives me an extra movement every turn. Yes. Stay Behind Me helps me defend others and gives me extra health. Mutual Destruction lets me deal damage, but I also take extra damage. I will try it. Now, level 3 is the big one, and the one that made me want to try out Onar. Brute Strength is going to turn all my attribute tests into Strength tests, which is his best attribute, which means he'll be amazing at doing every single one of the little interactable objects in the mission. And this is absurd. He can exhaust this card and test Strength, and if he succeeds, he gets to interact without spending one of his 2 actions for the round, so yikes. And finally, another combo where my strategy is going to make the choice pretty obvious. We can get better armor and more health, or something that lets me add red dice, the strongest dice, to my attacks. Yeah, don't make me hurt you. There we go. So with both my characters leveled up, we got a kit out. Jin's got a vintage blaster. Onar's got a bodyguard rifle, although I could get him a melee weapon just as easily. And when I click on the armory, I automatically get a list of items. This is randomized each time you play. Let's see, I got a bunch of ranged weapons, a bunch more. Yeah, okay, since Onar had a rifle and Jin had a pistol, that's all they're giving us. Now these 3 at the end are always available. They only cost 100 each of your 1800 starting credits, and they just give you bonuses for attribute tests. And then you've got these little random ones, starting with an extra med pack to heal your heroes, or starting with 1 hero focus to deal more damage. And then Smuggler's Luck, the first skill I chose for Jin, lets you get 1 extra item. That's why this Death Hammer pistol is in here. So let me grab the actual cards for these, and we can compare our options. So here's everything we have available. I've got them divided into categories. We've got 4 pistols here that Jin will gravitate toward to use her gunslinger skill. 2 bigger blasters that Onar would love to have. 4 modifications we can apply to any of these ranged weapons. And finally, the 3 generic ones that'll help with skill tests. Now the prices shown on these aren't what I actually pay. The app has its own rebalance values. So let's just kind of figure out what our best case scenario is, and then if we don't have enough money, we can adjust. Alright, so first we've got our 3 pistols, and Jin also has her starting vintage blaster. And the first key thing to note is how many dice they roll. If you haven't played Imperial Assault before, blue dice tend to give you more range, so you can shoot long range. Green dice tend to be a nice mix of pure damage and giving these little surge lightning bolt tokens, which lets you fire off these special bonuses. And red dice tend to be the highest pure damage. Now what I noticed right away is that the Disruptor Pistol has an absurd surge ability that is +3 damage if I roll a little lightning bolt symbol. And the best dice for lightning bolts are yellows, but green are the next best. So first combo I'm thinking of is maybe get the DT-12 Heavy Blaster Pistol and then the Disruptor Pistol to add bonuses to it. Now as a backup, I could throw just my regular vintage blaster in here because it's actually the same dice as the Heavy Blaster Pistol if I don't have enough money, and then still have it benefit from the Disruptor Pistol. And I can even switch sometimes and shoot with the Disruptor Pistol and then just use the vintage blaster to boost. So I'm going to go for those 2, but I'll do that as a backup if I need it. So Death Hammer, get out of here. As for Onar, the big thing to notice is that his starting rifle only has 2 dice, but the new ones each have 3, so there's no way I'm keeping that. So to combine them, the Vulcan 38 Carbine has really long range and a nice red die, whereas the T-21 can get a ton of lightning bolt surge abilities. Now the red will deal more damage. I love that it has a +2 damage surge right here, although Pierce 2 cancels 2 armor, so depending on what the enemy rolls, those might be equivalent. This can get slightly more accuracy. This one can stun. And again, I'm way more likely to get the lightning bolt symbols on this one than I am on this one. This one will shoot really far, but 2 greens will probably do more damage than a red. So I think I'm going to gravitate toward the T-21 for now. As for these boosters, they're each only 100, and the main thing we're looking at is this top effect. They let you re-roll 1 die by exhausting them in each of the 3 attributes that are used to get fame in this scenario. And the main one I'm looking at is survival gear for Onar. Because of his skill, brute strength, he's going to be rolling strength for everything he does. So being able to re-roll 1 to get more lightning bolt symbols and get more fame makes sense to me. I'm not going to get one for Jin yet. I kind of want Onar to do most of the interacting work, but we'll see if we have some money left over. Finally, we have some options left for modifiers. Now, a big thing to note, and something I didn't realize at first, the T-21 that Onar bought does not have a modifier slot. You'll see there's no little blue thing there, whereas Jin can hold 1 modifier. So we're really just looking for the best single one for her. The underbarrel is all about blast. It's shooting like a grenade, so that's going to do 1 damage to adjacent enemies to her target. Not that great. Plasma Cell is pretty amazing. Automatic Pierce 1, cancel 1 armor on every attack, and then the possibility of extra damage. The Disruption Cell is an interesting one. It changes a die from whatever it is to red, which deals the most damage, and then adds to accuracy so it can still hit. But remember, I want to roll surges, those little lightning bolts, so I don't like that one. And then finally, Sniper Scope. I think I'll be pretty close to the enemies. I don't anticipate that, so I think Plasma Cell is the clear winner here. Oh, you know what? It somehow got lost in the mix, but I had 1 more blaster pistol to consider. Ooh, yes, this is my new go-to. I'm not going to try to get the Heavy Blaster Pistol. Because look, this rolls 3 dice instead of 2, and remember, yellows roll a ton of surge symbols, so I'm almost always going to get this +3 damage. This is an amazing combo, if I can afford it. So right now I'm trying to get all of these. Let's go to the app and see if we have enough. And yeah, sadly, we absolutely do not. Just the 2 pistols I wanted to buy, the Sporting Blaster and the Disruptor Pistol, are $1,400, almost all my money by themselves. So sadly, this plan is not going to work. So my question becomes, which one do I want to use with the Vintage Blaster? The Sporting Blaster, giving me a ton of those surge symbols, but not much basic damage, or the Disruptor Pistol? I mean, Sporting Blaster is certainly the one that's going to take advantage of my gunslinger skill, so let's try that one. Oh, wait, hold on. No. I totally forgot that I can exhaust Gunslinger and spend 1 strain to get an automatic lightning bolt, which means I will always, pretty consistently, almost every turn, be able to get +3 damage. So never mind, Sporting Blaster, the choice is made. With that gone, we're down 100, and I like everything else we bought, so let's get rid of the survival gear. Although actually, do we need this plasma cell? Because we're not going to be rolling very many surges anymore. So actually, new plan. Let's get all 3 of the attribute boosters. We'll give the survival gear to Onar since he'll only be doing strength, and then Jin can get both of the other ones. So that's fine. We can get an extra med pack, start with one of us focused, and just have 25 we didn't spend. So here's Onar. He's got his survival gear, his new rifle, and his 4 skills. And Jin with slicing tools, her combat visor, 2 pistols, and all of her stuff. And out of the 2, we're going to start with Jin Focus, because the extra green die, that's what that gives you the first time you attack or do an attribute test, will give her a much better chance of using all of her awesome bonuses for her weapons. Alright, a lot of preamble there to get everything set up, but now the actual game will play really quickly. You click on the planet, it automatically takes you through, and we're going to begin. So in terms of setup, they tell you which tiles to build with, and you can kind of zoom around and zoom in to see exactly where everything is. And they're also going to tell you where to place all these mission tokens, which are, again, the things that are going to get us our extra fame while we're fighting and doing our stuff. And finally, they're going to have us set out 4 crates. All this stuff is always the same, so if you have it set up, you can just play again if you want to. And they're going to start out spawning some guys. You'll see for these initial spawns, they'll show us exactly where they go. So here we get 3 elite stormtroopers. What you do is you find their combat card and their figures and place them in the indicated spot. And here they are, cute little cannon fodder. And then they're going to randomize who else I fight out of all the other enemies I have available from the expansions I purchased. So here we're going to get some elite Weequay pirates. And this is how normal spawning works. If there's more than 1 figure in the unit, like these guys have 2, the first one goes right on the indicated spot. The other ones can go on any adjacent spots. And here they are, just so you can see them in action. Now we got one more group, elite Royal Guards. There's 2 of them as well. Just so you can see them, nasty defensive melee characters. And finally, we get to deploy anywhere around this little, taxi spaceship that we came in on. And this summarizes the basic objective. We want to defeat enemies, interact with those mission tokens, and we have 6 rounds to do it. And with that, we're ready to jump in, but let me show you the board in actuality and also talk you through the basics of play. So here's the only part of the board we care about for the moment. Thinking I might put both my guys behind this taxi, because that's red line, blocking terrain, so they can't shoot through it. Or maybe I'll move Jen up a little bit so she can get an opportunity shot at one of those stormtroopers. And how the game works, and this is true of app-based play or the regular game play, is that we alternate activations. So I'll first pick one of my heroes, and because I have only 2 heroes and 4 is standard, they're each going to get 2 activations a turn, and they also each have plus 10 health beyond what you see on the board. And when I activate someone, they'll get to take 2 actions. Actions include moving, where they gain this many movement points. And movement is pretty free form. You can go orthogonally or diagonally. You can move through enemies, but it costs 1 extra movement. Crossing over blue lines costs an extra movement. You can't cross over red lines. And big thing about movement in the game is you can use the movement points at any point during your turn. So if I spend 1 action to get 5 movement points, I could move 2, use my second action to shoot a guy, and then move the other 3. And speaking of, attacking with a weapon is another of the main actions. Those are probably the 2 most common. You can also interact with something, so if I'm next to one of these mission tokens or one of these crates, I can resolve the mission token or open the crate for 1 action. And finally, I can rest. A lot of special abilities and also gaining up to 2 extra movement during my activation will put strain on me, and I can only take strain up to my endurance. 1 rest action will get rid of all of my strain, and additionally, if I'm hurt, I can spend one of our med kits to heal up to 5 damage. Now, the only other piece I didn't talk about was how to resolve attacks. So you pick which weapon you want to shoot with, or enemies have a set attack value. You roll those dice, the enemy rolls their defense, you just roll it all as one big pool. And every little blast symbol causes 1 damage. Every little lightning bolt lets you activate a surge ability on your attacking weapon. This cancels surges, so I would lose that 1 lightning bolt. And these cancel damage. And to get the fame for defeating these guys, I have to defeat all the units in a group. So if I defeat 2 of the stormtroopers but leave the 3rd alive, I get nothing for it. After resolving each of my heroes' activations, I'll click on their face, and you do have to alternate, so I can't do both of Jin's turns. I have to do Jin and then Onar, or Onar and then Jin before I can get back to the other one. And whenever I finish with one of my activations, the app will automatically activate one of the enemies. Let me show you what that looks like. So I can click on any of them. If I do this little eye, it'll tell me which of the abilities on the card I ignore, which is usually almost all of them. You almost never pay attention to all the abilities that are on the card. The app takes care of it. It also tells you which of their surge abilities they use and in what order. So here, the Stormtrooper would try to get more accuracy if he needs it. And I didn't explain that, but in a ranged attack, the total of the little numbers on the dice you roll has to equal or exceed the number of spaces to the target. Now, I can't show you what activation looks like because it would mess up the actual turn, but you'll see it in a second when we actually resolve stuff. So the Weequay Pirates have 6 health each and 1 black die. And actually, with that in mind, let's move this guy up and say Jin was here. So I'm going to activate her first and have her try to maybe kill both of these guys, or at least get started on it. So first, she'll shoot at the one right in front of her. And her standard attack for the whole mission is going to be the Disruptor Pistol with +2 automatic accuracy, a green and a red, with some extra surges in case she gets really lucky beyond the +3 damage I'll usually use. But don't forget, we paid to have her focus at the start, so she's going to roll an extra green die just this once and then discard the condition. And the Weequay Pirate has his 1 black defense. Ooh. Okay, yeah, he is super duper dead. Because I don't even need to use my skill to get a free surge. I got it anyway, so that's 3, 5, -1 is 4. And then don't forget, 1 surge gives me +3 damage. That is 7. Bye-bye. So he's simply removed. And Jin has both Sidewinder that lets her move 2 spaces after attacking, and Opportunist that lets her move 1 space if a target of her attack suffers at least 1 damage. So she can move up to 3 spaces immediately. Now, green dice roll a minimum of 1 range, and her weapon gives her 2 range automatically, so she can be 3 away and still get a clear shot at the pirate. So yeah, with that in mind, let's only use 2 of the free movement. And I'm not going to go fully into line of sight, but basically you pick 1 corner of your square, and if you can draw it to 2 corners of their squares, which I can definitely do here, you can shoot them. So let's see if I can get lucky and take out both these guys before they ever activate. Okay, so what is that? That's 4 -1 is 3, and I do have enough range. Now 3 damage is not enough, but I can spend 1 strain and exhaust this to get 1 free surge. And with, again, my Disruptor Pistol giving me +3 damage, that'll get me to 6, and that guy is gone too. So that was an awesome first turn for Jin. Now I do have to put 1 strain. She can only have up to 4 on her sheet, so if she uses 2 of it to shoot at a guy for free when they activate, she'll be running out pretty quickly. And I do have to tell the app that these guys are dead, so they won't activate them. So I got 7 fame there toward my score. And don't forget, between the Sidewinder and Opportunist, I can move 3 spaces. I know Onar is the one who should be doing the strength-based things, but what the heck, we're not going to reach all of them if he's the only one ever moving. And now I get to walk you through enemy activation. I'm going to go ahead and activate Jin. And they randomly determined that the Royal Guards would go next. And again, you can click on them to show. So here, for example, they have an errata for their Protector ability. So first you get a bonus. So here, for example, add 1 to each move value during this activation. So anytime they say move, we're adding 1 more. But here's the key thing of the system. I'm going to go down these and try to resolve as many as I can from top to bottom until I've done 2 actions. So the first one says, move 5 to attack the healthy rebel that has suffered the least damage. And the reason they have that little thing in kind of parentheses is that's their first preference, that's their tiebreaker. If they can reach multiple heroes, they're going to attack the one that has suffered the least damage. But if they can only reach 1 rebel, they're just going to attack that person. And we fully resolve 1 guard's activation before doing the next one, both of their actions. So it was move 5, but don't forget to get +1 from the bonus, so move 6. Let's do this guy first. Let's see if he can reach Onar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can. Although actually, maybe we should do this guy first since he's farther away. No, I guess it doesn't matter. So 1, they can move through each other. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the little blast symbol here, tied with the action arrow, means that this is an attack action. Each enemy can only do 1 attack a turn, unlike my heroes. So if he had a later action that also had that blast symbol, but he had already attacked, he would skip over that action. Alright, and they roll a red and a yellow, and sadly, Onar, remember, has no defense. So he just takes 4 damage. Ooh, and they got a surge. So they first want to do +2 damage. So that is 6 damage. Onar has 20 to start, +10, because I'm only using 2 heroes, so he has 30, so he just lost 1/5 of his life on 1 attack. Yikes. With that action resolved for the first Imperial Guard, we go to his next one. It says, move 2 to engage as many non-Guardian Imperial figures as possible. And that's because with these guys' Protector ability, they help to defend other Imperial units they're next to. So in this case, he wants to get next to any of the Stormtroopers, and he could get here, or here, or here. I don't know if I have a preference. I guess let's just do that for now. Oh wait, I forgot. All his move values have +1, so he can get here and get adjacent to 2 of them. Okay, now the next one we'll probably also be able to reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No good. He's attacking. Okay, so that'll be another +2 damage, so that's 4, not as bad. But still, Onar is at 10 damage right off the bat. That is a little frightening. And this guy will also move 3, so he'll go right there. So he's also helping out both those stormtroopers. Alright, with them all done, I click finish, and you'll see they are now marked as activated. So I have to activate Onar. I can't do Jin again until he's gone. Then the stormtroopers will automatically activate, and then I'll get to do both of my heroes without interruption. So Onar would love to defeat some of these stormtroopers before they ever get a chance to go. Jin already has a good chance of using her quick draw to defeat that one. So even though they're getting a bonus from the Royal Guard next to them, I think Onar is going to try to shoot him. So Onar gets 2 greens and 1 yellow normally, but he can exhaust Don't Make Me Hurt You to get a red as well. And if he defeats the figure, I can take 1 damage to ready this in case I want to attack again. And note, just to show line of sight one more time, I can pretend that I'm shooting from this corner, and I can definitely get to 2 corners of that stormtrooper, so you can imagine I'm like kind of peeking around the side of the flying car. Elite stormtroopers have 5 life, they get 1 black defense die. The Royal Guard's going to give him +1 defense result. Okay, that is a lot of stuff. I have to imagine this guy's dead, but let's check. So 2 + 1 from the Royal Guard, that's 3, that cancels out the red. And yeah, we have 5 damage plus a surge. We had 6 range total, more than enough. So none of these surge abilities will matter because they all just apply to the target I'm shooting at. Now heroes can spend 1 extra surge per action to get rid of a strain from their sheet, but Onar doesn't have any yet, so he doesn't need to do that. So boom, bye-bye Stormtrooper. Alright, now do I want to take 1 damage to ready this card? I think I do, because I'm going to shoot at one of the Royal Guards, I guess. And I'd mentioned this before, but each hero once per activation can take up to 2 strain to move up to 2 extra spaces. So I think I'll go like that with Onar. And then before he gets his final free movement from his keep up skill, I'm going to shoot one of the Royal Guard. I would love to shoot this Stormtrooper, but I can't see him through here. And again, I'm pretty sure Jin will get that guy. So exhaust, Don't Make Me Hurt You again to get the extra red. These Royal Guards have 10 health, pretty absurd, but they do not benefit from the Protector stat from each other. They can't protect themselves. Oh, yuck, that was a horrible roll. So I do have enough range. I have 2 surges, so I think I'll stun him to take away one of his actions next turn and pierce through his armor. But even with that, I'm only doing 4 damage total. Not great. I could take 1 damage to myself to make it 5 overall, but I think I can finish him off next turn. And then with Keep Up, I can exhaust to get 1 more movement, and I'm almost off camera, but I'll be next to that to hopefully get a free interact next turn. Alright, Onar's done his activation. Let's see what our 2 living stormtroopers do. Okay, squad training. Gain Pierce 1 for each other figure in this group. So they're each going to have 1 Pierce. Well, actually, they might. Let's see if we can activate the guy near Jin first and see if she can maybe kill him. So first, this little dot means it doesn't cost an action. The first guy I activate is going to get focus because 1 or more of them is dead. But again, if Jin defeats the guy, it won't matter. And then before he gets to do any of this, we will hopefully kill him. Or actually, you know what, I'm wrong. Her ability resolves before the entire activation does anything, so Last Stand will still apply to the second guy. Alright, so Jin suffers 2 strain to use Quick Draw. She interrupts this guy's action to do a pistol attack. And don't forget, her pistol automatically has 2 range. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we don't get quite enough, I can use the Combat Visor after I roll and spend my last strain to get +2 more accuracy and make sure we hit him. Now let's not forget, with Cheap Shot, I automatically do +1 damage. But sadly, you don't unexhaust your skills until the start of your turn, so won't be able to use the free surge from Gunslinger. So our chances of killing this guy straight out are not fabulous, but let's see. Oh! Okay, I got the surge. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1 is 4. +1 from the Cheap Shot bonus 5. He is dead. But do have enough range. 2 + 2, 4. Yes, don't even have to use my last surge. So that's awesome. I take out this guy before he gets to do anything to my friend. But now we do activate the final remaining Stormtrooper. He's not going to get any Pierce because there are no other figures left in the group. But Last Stand didn't get to activate for the last guy, so he is going to be focused. He's going to roll an extra green die of damage. Not great. Okay, he's going to move 3 to attack the healthy rebel that has suffered the least damage, which is Jin. And that's definitely good for me because Onar is not doing so great. And then he's going to move 2 to reposition 4. What that means is he'll move up to 2 spaces to try to be at least 4 away from every other rebel unit. So let's see, he'll go 1, 2, 3, definitely has line of sight. He normally has a blue and a green, but he gets the bonus green from being focused. You know, I forgot to roll Jin's defense. If I'm lucky, I roll the X. That's a dodge, which cancels basically the entire attack. Ah, no, just -1 damage. He definitely has enough range with the 5, so we can take those away. So he's doing 3 damage plus a surge. And for them, they get plus 2 damage if they don't need the accuracy, which he doesn't, so that's 5. And then he wants to be at least 4 away, so he's already 3 away. I guess we can just put him there, and he's fine for the reposition, and that's it. And with all enemies activated, we just get to do whatever we want. So let's go ahead and have Onar go first. And I do automatically unexhaust all my cards at the start of each of my activations. So Onar is going to do a strength test on this object, but first he's going to exhaust this card and test his strength. If he gets 2 or more successes, this interact won't cost an action, and it'll still have 2 to resolve. So attribute tests are super important, but pretty simple. You roll the indicated number and color of dice, and for every surge, every lightning bolt you get 1 success. So first let's see if Onar gets this as a free action. Doesn't yet. But don't forget, survival gear can be exhausted once per turn. Let me re-roll a strength die check. Yellow is my best chance. Yes, okay, so this is a free action. So the app handles this. I just click on this. It says, hey, the green ones are wild. You can use whatever you want, but of course I'm going to do strength. I say interact. I test and roll, and for every lightning bolt I get, I plug it into the app, and I get more fame the more I get. All right, come on. Nice, 2 more. So 2 successes, and I got 10 fame. And I really want you to note how important it is to activate with the tokens in these raid scenarios. I got 10 fame for just doing that single free action, whereas defeating both of those Weequay pirates only got me 7. Now the token is discarded. You can only interact with each one once per mission. But the beautiful thing is, Onar still has 2 actions to go. Let's see, I want to try to defeat some of these guys. Now this guy, don't forget, is stunned, so he's going to not move to attack me the first time he would move on his next turn. So if I stay at least 3 away from him, he shouldn't be able to hurt me. So we'll take 2 strain. That equals my endurance, so I'll have to take a rest action to get any of that back. I'll move here, and then I guess here. I can always use my free movement at the end of my turn to get further away. And let's do 1 and possibly both attacks on the Royal Guard, because Jin can still get a pretty easy shot on this Stormtrooper to kill him. So I'm going to use Don't Make Me Hurt You for the bonus red. Ooh, man, he got the best possible defense roll, and oh man, I got a lot of surges, but not hits. So I've only got 1 damage plus my surges. But if I pierce through his armor, it'll be 3 damage, and I guess I can stun him too for now. Actually, you know what? Forget stunning him. I'll just get 1 of my strain back, because I'm going to try to kill these guys, I think. Although, man, do I have any chance of doing so? I forgot that since I didn't kill him, I can't unexhaust Don't Make Me Hurt You, so I'm just going to be rolling my basic dice. Alright, so fine. I guess I will stun this guy too. So then let's go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with my free move at the end of my activation, 5. That'll get me right next to that to hopefully get a free interaction on it next turn. That's it for Onar. No enemy activation. Now Jin can go. And she does get all her skills back, including Gunslinger. And I think she wants to shoot the Stormtrooper and then interact with this, even though strength is not her strong suit. Alright, so here we go. Gosh, these crazy good results. So I do have enough for range. The plus 3 damage will cancel that out. That means I'm doing 3 damage overall. I could exhaust Gunslinger to get plus 1 damage, but that would get to 4, and he still wouldn't be dead. So darn, I guess she'll use her second action to shoot again and not interact with this yet. Alright. Ooh, I actually don't have enough range, but I am killing him. Oh wait, no, that cancels my lightning bolt. I can get the 1 more accuracy I need to get to 4 range if I exhaust Gunslinger and take my last strain. So that's another group of enemies defeated. Let's see, Jin could move 3 after that activation. She is so terrible at strength. I think it kind of makes sense to get out of dodge and come over here to interact with that one instead. Alright, that's the end of round 1. We might spawn some more enemies. Let's see. No, okay, reinforcements will arrive after the next round. Oh, crud, I forgot to... I wonder if that would have changed anything, if more reinforcements would have come. 9 fame from them. So let's see, Onar can't get line of sight to that guy anymore, and neither of them should be able to hit him. Let's have him use his first action to shoot this guy, now that he has Don't Make Me Hurt You back. I need 7 damage to kill the guy, not too likely. Ooh, although with that, who knows? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now -1 from his defense roll, but I'll go and use Mutual Destruction to do an extra damage by taking an extra damage. So I do defeat that guy straight up. And now I could actually get line of sight on the other one. So I guess the question is, do I want to take a damage to unexhaust Don't Make Me Hurt You? I think I do. I'm at 13 damage, by the way, out of 30, so But for my second action, let's tempt fate a little bit and try to interact with that, and hopefully Brute Strength will make it free, and I can shoot with the guy. Otherwise, unexhausting Don't Make Me Hurt You is a waste. Okay, Strength, I need 2 successes. Oh my gosh, yes indeed. So it's not going to cost me an action. Now the actual interact. Wow, 3 successes. Loving it. By the way, just to remind you, the reason that was a strength test is because of his brute strength ability that lets him use everything, regardless of the type of test it is. Wow, 12 fame. Yeah, this is definitely better than killing people. Okay, and sweetness, because that went so well, I can use my second action to try to shoot this guy. And now I'm glad I unexhausted. Don't make me hurt you. I'm getting a red again. I need 6 damage to get him. Come on. Okay. Let's see, I am 1 range short, so I'll have to use one of my surges to get +1 range. My other surge can go to 2 piercing, so that's gone. I still have a surge left, I can actually get one of my strain back. But it's only 5 damage, okay, I guess I'll hurt myself again to get +1. So boom, just wiping people out. Hopefully these guys are worth a bit more fame. 12, nice! Now, Omar got 1 strain back, so I think he'll use it to move there, and then he gets his free movement at the end of his activation. Now, if he rests as his first action next turn, he can strain twice to get right next to this. Now, don't forget, crazy enough, that was only the first action, so they both get another activation, and Jin gets 2 activations before any enemies show up. Which again makes me wonder, I wonder if I had keyed in correctly that the stormtroopers were defeated, if they would have spawned more enemies for me to get a higher score. I kind of feel like probably, so unfortunately missed opportunity there. Alright, Jin's going to go ahead and try to do this yellow token. And that is her best trait, and she also has a reroll, so she has a decent chance. And then don't forget with Smuggler's Luck, she can reroll as many dice as she wants if she exhausts it. Alright, come on. Yuck. Yeah, so let's go ahead and use Smuggler's Luck first. Reroll the entire thing. Wow. And I can't remember if you can reroll the same die. Let's say you can. I'm not sure about that. I'll reroll the yellow. Okay, at least we got 1. Alright. 8 fame. You couldn't see. Oh, yeah, there it says 8 fame. So certainly not as good as Onar. And for her second action, she'll just rest to get rid of her 4 strain. She could heal her 5 damage with a med pack, but we only have 2 of them, and Onar needs it more. Speaking of Onar, he's going to rest as well. Now, his ability heals 2 whenever he rests, and then additionally he can use a med pack for 5 more, so he's actually down to 7 damage out of 30, not bad. And before he uses his second action, he'll spend 2 strain to run over here. He'll exhaust brute strength to try to get a free interact. Yes, he does. So he's still got 1 action left, but let's see how this goes. Wow, 4? Give me a break. Yeah, and the app said that was worth 14 fame. Thank you very much. Now, what do I want to do for my second action? I could actually get the box. I need to get supplies from it, but maybe you might also get fame. I've never tried it in this mode. So what the hey, let's see what happens. So you click the app and tell you that you're opening it. Draw 1 supply card, you gain 2 med packs. Okay, no fame. I guess I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, and my supply is place the pit droid companion in your space. He activates at the start or end of your activation. So this guy's pretty goofy. He activates before or after me. He gets 2 actions. He can move 4, and he can retrieve crates, so he can basically just carry them with him. It's not clear if that takes an interact. I don't think so. Though again, I don't know if I even want any more crates, so that's okay. But I think at the very least, enemies will shoot at him instead of me, so that's always useful. So I get a movement at the end of my activation, and this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and start heading over to that crate I left behind. As for Jin, I feel kind of dumb that I left that behind now. But I only roll a single blue against it. But, I mean, you get some fame even if you fail completely. So sure, she'll gain movement to move 5. That's her speed. So 1, 2, 3. Second action to interact, and then she can move back for 2. Here's my terrible attempt. I guess I'll use Smuggler's Luck to re-roll it. Nope. So I get 6 fame for that mediocre attempt, which is okay. So that was the end of round 2 out of 6. Pretty uneventful without enemies, but of course here comes some more. Oh, it's our friends, the Weequay Pirate Elites again. And oh, down by Jin. Oh, Elite Riot Troopers. They have pretty good armor. And there are 2 of them in a unit, and they're from one of the later expansions where you get these little bonus power tokens that you can use once per attack, so they can gain, like, free automatic defense, basically. Oh my gosh, another guy. Ah, Claudite Shapeshifter. They were from the beginning of the totally awesome and definitely not terrible Attack of the Clones movie. That's sarcasm, by the way. That movie is pretty terrible in my opinion. Normally they would shapeshift between a bunch of forms, but they kind of handle that differently in the app. Alright, good. That is it, because that's about all I can handle. So to show you kind of the top half of importance on the board, there's Onar with both of the Weequays up there and the shapeshifter way over to the west. And here's Jin down here with our friends, the Riot Troopers. And I think I'll have Jin go first. She can attack twice and just move way away from these guys who are melee units, and she might just get out of their range entirely. And if I can attack them now, they won't have a chance to build up those free defense tokens. So I'll shoot the one right in front of me. Oh, gosh, I hate when they get that. Okay, so I do enough range, and that'll cancel that. But I'm just doing 2 damage overall. Yeah, so he's got 5 more. I get 3 free movements, so 1, 2, 3, I guess. Then I can still shoot him. And for my second action for now, let's try to hit this guy again. Okay, that's, well, I won't say much better, but it's definitely better. Oh, no, wait, it is much better. Because, yes, he's going to cancel my Surge, but I still have Gunslinger, and I have all my Strain available, so I'll take 1, and that'll give me +1 Bolt. I can use my +3 damage, 6 damage, more than enough to kill him. And she can move up to 3 again. Let's stop her right here. He might be able to reach her, but he might not. We'll see how it goes. All right, hopefully they'll choose the riot troopers to go. Ah, no, they're doing the Claudite. All right, so some complicated things. If it starts activation, gain the Scout form card. Again, she's got 3 forms she can go between. And then ambush, while attacking a target that is 4 more spaces away or does not have line of sight to this figure, gain Pierce 2. Now it says move 3 to attack Onar Koma. Clearly she can't get line of sight on him, which means she wants to go for my pit droid. Sorry, buddy. And she moves as close as possible. Now normally she rolls red, yellow, and green, but her scout ability replaces the red die with a blue. Okay, I'm sure that's enough to kill him. Wait, he gets a defense. Oh, so he actually cancels 1 damage and 1 surge. So what's left? 1 damage and 2 surges. And yeah, between piercing away his 1 defense and gaining +1 attack, he is dead. He only had 3 health. Pit droid, you were totally useful, I promise. And then let's see, she's going to move 2 to reposition 4, then she's got a shapeshift free ability. If she has no figure on her deployment card, she takes the defeated figure with the highest cost from another group still on the map and puts it on her card. And when that group activates, she activates like she's in that group. That's fun. So the only one I defeated is a riot trooper. She's going to be a riot trooper for a little bit. But first she does want to reposition 2, trying to get closer to me. Alright, so Onar is up. You can probably hit the Weequay guy if he gets enough range. And if he uses Don't Make Me Hurt You, he'll probably kill him. So hey, sure, why not? Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, I've got just 2 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of my surges will have to give me +3 accuracy. But the other one will get rid of both of his defense. That's 7 damage. He's gone. Onar, you are a beast. Now the question becomes, do I take 1 damage on Exhaust Don't Make Me Hurt You and try to shoot the guy who's even further away? I think I do, since I healed so much, so now I'm at 8 damage. I'm actually going to use 1 of my 2 remaining strain to move 1. I'll still have 1 left to move there, but that'll get me 1 closer to hitting this guy. Alright, Don't Make Me Hurt You. And roll a great result with that die, but let's not cheat. Oh, actually, that's the same one. Good. So, wowie. Definitely have enough range even without using a surge. So I can use 1 surge to pierce 2. Do I need to stun the guy? I think he'll be dead, right? Pierce 2 gets rid of that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll take 1 damage with mutual destruction. It's certainly been useful. That'll kill him off, and I'll have 2 surges left, but I can only use 1 of them to get rid of a strain. It puts me to 9 damage, but I took out this guy before he even acted. And since I have no actions left, I actually won't use strain to move again. I'll just get my free movement from Keep Up. So here comes the riot troopers and a mysterious-looking new riot trooper. Okay, at the end of this figure's activation, move 2 to engage as many non-Guardian Imperial units as possible. Minimum 1, so they won't move at all, because neither of them is going to be close enough. Then each adjacent non-Guardian Imperial figure without a free defense token gets 1. So that's good. That'll entirely be ignored. Professional, they are getting +1 attack. They move 4 to attack the healthy rebel that is... there's only 1 they can reach. So Jin did not move far enough away, and even 1 more movement wouldn't have been enough. He's getting +1 damage automatically, and if I suffer at least 1 damage, I'll take a strain as well. Okay, so... cancel that, and I cancel 1 of those, so I take 2, plus the 1, 3, and 1 strain. And then his second action is move 2 to reposition 2, so I'll just go over here. And a bonus action at the bottom, if he didn't attack, he gets 2 free defense tokens. That's not going to apply. Now, the Shapeshifter acts like them for attacking, which means she's only melee right now. So she cannot reach him to attack. Oh, crap, I'm sorry. These guys also have the Weaken ability, so every time they do at least 1 damage, they will weaken their target. Yikes. So she's going to move 2 to reposition 2, and then move 7 to reposition 2. So she'll go 1, 2... She'll basically just move all the way over to here. And then she will gain 2 free defense tokens since she didn't attack, and the AI is really dumb. They just use these on the first attack against them they can. So she'll use 1 each time I attack her until they're gone. They're certainly going to be gone in a second when Onar smashes you, but let's try to get a free interact first. We know the drill with this one. Oh, yuck. There's only a single side with 2 surges, so I don't think it's worth it to use my survival gear. I'll just make this interact in action, unfortunately. So here's the actual interact. Okay, now we'll use my survival gear to reroll this. Darn, only 2. And now with his second action, of course, he'll be using Don't Make Me Hurt You to shoot the lady right next to him. She gets a black defense, plus uses 1 of her tokens. That looks pretty good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, did I not get any surges? Yeah, I don't have a way to add any. I was thinking I could finish her off with Mutual Destruction, but I can't cancel her armor with a Pierce. So that's 7 minus 2, that's 5. She has 3 left. And darn it, he doesn't have a free action left, so he'll just move up 1 at the end of his activation. And I guess he can go first next round to try to kill her. Meanwhile, Jin down here will try to finish this guy off. Ooh, not a great roll at all. She can take a strain to use Gunslinger. That would give her plus 3 damage. That would do 4 out of his 7. Darn, I guess I'll have her attack again instead of interacting, because if I'm going to have Onar go first next round to finish off the Shapeshifter, I can't also have her go first. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so it cancels 1 of my lightning bolts, but I still have 2 damage plus 3 more from my awesome Disruptor Pistol. Yes. And let's see, she could move 3 from attacking, but I want to be here to interact with that next round. Oh, crud, crud, crud! I forgot she was weakened. So that means even getting the plus 3 damage the first time wouldn't have really mattered. So that means instead of 4 damage, the guy would have taken 1 damage. And then the second attack, I could have used it to do plus 3 damage. So that means he would have taken, what, 5 more? So crap, he's got 1 life left. Darn it. Happily, this does go away at the end of my activation. Oh, and crud, I don't even have 2 strain left to get a quick shot on him next turn. Ah. Oh yeah, that was not ideal. Oh, an infamous figure appears near the front entrance of the cantina. Who we got? Who we got? General Soren. He doesn't look too intimidating. Weak attack, only 7 health. Advanced firepower. Adjacent droids and vehicles can use your surges. Who cares? Bombardment. Well, we'll see if the AI even uses that. Oh, he's literally right next to Jin. I guess she's got a new target. She probably will go first now. Oh, and other people coming? Oh, crud. Trandoshan hunters are nasty. They basically try to run right next to you and then do a ton of extra damage with their shotguns. Okay, and that is it. So this is round 4. We're halfway through. Just to show you, Onar's got the Shapeshifter, the damaged Shapeshifter near him, and the hunters over there. And Jin's got the almost defeated Riot Trooper and the General. I think I am going to have Onar go first, because I'm worried about the 2 Trandoshans coming in and just ripping him apart without his defense. So she's using her second automatic defense. I'm using Don't Make Me Hurt You. I need to do 3 damage. And oh my gosh, yes. And she didn't cancel both of my surges, so I'll get 1 strain gone. I only have 1 on me now. Alright, bye-bye. And then, let's see. I can actually take 2 strain to do that. Oh wait, it won't get me all the way over there. So never mind, let's just go ahead and move normally. 1, 2, 3. And can the Trandoshans get to me? Movement value is 4, and that's double movement. No, so I should be pretty safe here, I think. Oh, the general guy's going. Oh, crap! I erased the riot troopers and can't bring them back. But that's okay. I mean, Jin will activate next, and I'll just make sure she kills them. But yeah, it's one of the bummers of them not having an undo button on the app. You can't fix things like that. Okay, at the start of this activation, each hero must test strength. If hero's in an exterior space, we aren't. It may test observation instead. Each hero that does not pass becomes weakened. Wonderful. Jin only has a blue, but you can re-roll it with Smuggler's Luck. Yay! She passed! And Onar I'm not too worried about. Yeah, of course not. Okay, this figure's attacks do not require line of sight or accuracy. Oh, so he just calls in bombardments from anywhere. And it gains Blast 1, which actually here, if he hits Jin, he'll hit himself. No, that's right. In this mode, because the AI doesn't know where people are, you ignore Blast for them. Oh god, he's going to attack 2 different rebels who are both getting hit? And then he'll move 2 to engage as many people as possible, and then he'll make the Riot Trooper focus, even more reason to kill him. Luckily, his attack isn't too nasty. This is against Jin. She canceled the entire thing, so get out of here. Now, he did roll 1 surge, so theoretically he could do focus or stun, but a key rule is if you don't deal at least 1 damage, no status effects can be applied either, so nothing happens. Alright, same attack against Onar. Okay, he took just 1, not too bad. Oh wait, what am I kidding? Onar doesn't have defense, so he took 3. That puts him at 12 damage overall. Then this guy's going to move next to the Riot Trooper. Wait, actually, I don't think he can. I'll show you what I mean. He can't move through the red lines here, so like that would not be adjacent to that guy. So instead, he's basically just running away. Move 4 to reposition 6. And needs to go as far as possible, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now again, I feel like I pretty much have to kill this Riot Trooper or I'm just totally cheating since I accidentally deleted him already. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, yeah, even with him rolling his best defense, I still do 1 damage and I can take away 1 strain. Nice. I knew that's actually extra nice because now I have enough to do quick draw if I get near the general guy. Actually, I don't have to get near him, do I? I have line of sight from right here to him. So I'll stay here and interact with that first. She's just a blue and a green, but she can reroll all of them with Smuggler's Luck, and then reroll another one. So yeah, we'll do our first ability, and then our second one. Again, I'm not 100% sure I'm allowed to do this. Hey, there we go. Not too bad, Jin. You got us 10 fame. And here come these Trandoshan Hunters. I do not want them to hit me. They're going to move 5 to try to attack somebody. They can't possibly get line of sight to Jin because of the blocking terrain of this little wall thing here. And Onar should be safe, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess if they went there... Oh, crud, they can see him. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I mean, it's probably out of range, hopefully. Now, all their abilities still apply. So if they attack someone within 3 spaces, that person takes 1 strain. And if they attack someone adjacent, they get +2 free damage. Neither will apply. Now, unfortunately, he does get a bonus blue die. Just the first guy activating does, so he'll probably get enough range to hit me. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That's 3 damage plus a surge. Now, normally his first priority is to make me bleed, which does 1 damage every turn, but since Onar can't be affected by it, he's going to focus himself instead after he does his 3 damage. And he's going to move 4 to reposition 2, so I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we can get right there. Now, the other guy won't even be able to get line of sight, so he'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, or I guess 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 for his reposition. But the nice thing is we didn't take too much damage, and now Onar can just blast away at these guys with his second activation. So speaking of, let's have Onar go first. He'll use Don't Make Me Hurt You. These guys have 8 life. Doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. They've got more than enough accuracy. One of my surges can cancel his defense. Use another one to stun him, still take away my 1 strain. But no matter how you slice it, I'm going to do 4 damage, 5 if I use my ability. So I'm doing 4 and stunning him. And before I attack, let's use Brute Strength, see if I can interact with that for free. Yes, I can. And how many successes? Okay, let's reroll this one. Nice, 3. Alright, so for my second action, without Brute Strength, I'm not holding out too much hope. But let's try to shoot the injured one again. Ooh, he actually rolled terribly. I might be okay here. Oh, I'm definitely okay. Yeah, I mean, that's 4, 5 damage. He cancels one of my surges. Who cares? He is dead. Yeah, stun not mattering too much when you just kill everybody. And I'll use my 1 free move to move. You can barely see it towards this green token here. Alright, so Jin can do a quick draw on that guy, hitting him anyway. So the question is, do I just like move and interact with that and then trust my quick draw will kill him? I think that's what I do. So I get a 5 movement. 1, 2, 3. I'll have 2 left if I need it. And for a second action, this is the interaction he's actually good with. Theoretically, it's use Smuggler's Luck. Okay, and then let's use my item to reroll this. Nice. Yeah, I'm quickly running out of these. I think I might get all of them, which means I can just focus on killing guys. Okay, and then she still has 2 movement left, so I'd rather Onar get that one. Let's have her just move right next to this guy and prep for her quick draw. Although that plan might be a terrible one if a massive vehicle is coming. Oh, we got an AT-ST right next to her. There he is in all his glory. This is in the core box if you haven't already seen him. And he is massive, which means he basically ignores terrain. He has a crazy attack, 2 black dice of defense, 15 life. If I kill him, I assume I'll get a ton of fame, but it's going to be a lot of work. Now, more enemies coming in near Onar. And we got some Tusken Raiders. Here they are. They're nasty melee fighters, but they can get some range pot shots off as well. And okay, that's it. That seems like enough. Alright, so you can't even see the general hiding behind that ATST. He's going to boost that guy, crud. And up here, we got Onar with a bunch of friends, although hopefully the Tusken Raiders won't make it to the party. I think I gotta do Jin, try to kill the general, and then get out of dodge before that big thing shoots me, and then Onar and her can gang up on it. So let's shoot a point-blank blast into this guy's face. He's only got 7 life. Okay, let's see. We actually got 2 surges? Interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from 1 surge. They'll take away 1 to make it 5, and I can get 1 more damage. 6, really? Oh, I wish I had Onar's ability. So I actually will only do 5 damage, and then I'll get a strain back. And then, I guess I'll move here with my free movement. I'll interact with that, and then I can take my quick draw on that guy. Alright, come on, come on. Okay, let's re-roll that. Nice. Alright, so only a token down here, and then the one Onar's almost right next to. Now, let's see if that general activates first so I can just kill him. Yes! Alright, so his mortar ability happens at the start of activation, but so does mine, so I think mine happens first. I'm not really sure. I'm going to take 2 strain, get a free shot at him. It's plus 1 damage. I gotta imagine almost anything he rolls, he'll die. Yes. So I defeat him right as he's activating. 8 fame, thank you. Alright, the nice thing is, that's awesome. Now Onar gets to go and try to kill that Trandoshan right next to him. Let's do his first shot with Don't Make Me Hurt You. Oh my gosh, that looks pretty good. So I can definitely cancel his defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! I can get plus 1, but not plus 2. So I could make it 7 damage, and then I have a rush ability, which I haven't used at all. If I move next to somebody, I can push them, and with mutual destruction, I can also deal 1 damage to them and me to kill them. But that would mean I wouldn't be interacting with this. I think what makes more sense is to do the 6. I'll use a strain to move here, hopefully interact with that for free, and then finish him off for my second attack. Now, just in case it matters, he's stunned. Yay! Let's see if my interact is free. Yes, it is. Love those dice. And 1, 2. Let's re-roll that. 3. Wow! I think it should be a ridiculously good score. We'll find out. Okay, and he still has his second action. Actually, now I'm kind of wishing I had done the extra damage. Then I could have pushed him and run down here to help out Jin. But whatever. Shooting him without my bonus. But yes, he's super dead. And okay, I can get my strain back. Let's see, he had 1 more strain possible to move, and then he'll use his free movement. We got to take out this ATST together. Speaking of the ATST, let's see if it comes out to play. Yes, it does. But it doesn't ignore awkward. Not sure if this will matter, but can't attack adjacent figures. That's cool. Okay, so after this figure attacks, each other rebel within 2 spaces of the target, there aren't any, takes 1 damage for each activation portrait. Okay, so targeting computer. He's getting plus 1 damage and plus 2 accuracy automatically. And he attacks the hero adjacent to the most other heroes. And since this doesn't apply to either, he's just going to attack Jin because she's closer. And she sadly can't use quick draw. She doesn't have enough strain. Yeah, yikes. 2 reds and a blue, plus 1 damage, plus 2 accuracy. What would be beautiful is if she rolled a X. Nope. So she cancels that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. That puts her at 15 out of 20. So 1 more shot and she'll be wounded, which means she flips to her weaker side. And I think that affects your score. Okay, and his second action is to move 2 to get within 2 spaces. And again, he ignores terrain. So he'll just be right there, basically. And oh god, then he gets a free grenade launcher action. He just rolls a red and I take that much damage. Oh, crud. Yeah, so Jin now has 18 out of 20. Wow. I think I want to activate Onar first, so he can hit this thing twice before the Tusken Raiders, and they probably can't even reach him this turn if he moves a little bit more. So he'll go ahead and just use 2 strain to move there. Hopefully that's enough. Now I should say, I have no idea if we'll even be able to, barely hurt this guy. We'll just have to see. I'll use Don't Make Me Hurt You. Don't forget, he gets 2 black dice, so I hope he just rolls poorly. That's not poorly. Oh god, and I didn't roll very well. So 4, 5... I can cancel with one of my surges, that. So it's 5 minus 2, 3. I will take a damage to add a damage, make it 4. So that's almost a third of its damage. Ooh, I think I can stun him. And that matters, because remember, he can't shoot people next to him. So if I, move next to him and his first action is move and then attack, or even just attack, then he won't be able to attack. So that's great. So that raises the question, do I even attack him right now, or do I move closer? Well, I can have him go first next activation. Let's see if he can potentially hurt this guy more. Without the red, it seems kind of unlikely, but what the heck. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, even if I cancel his pierce, because I can't use the same lightning bolt result more than once, it still won't help. But I'll get rid of a strain. And I can move one more at the end of my activation. All right, so Tusken Raider first wants to move forward to engage as many as possible. That's clearly not going to happen. Next, he'll move forward to do a ranged attack. Pretty sure they can't do that either. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Okay, so they can't shoot at all. So they're each just going to move 2 and then 6, so 8 total to get within 2 of us. So let's just put them both here for now. Why not? Okay, so for Jin's first action, she's going to rest. And she'll use one of our med packs to recover 5 damage. I don't know if that'll be enough, but she's going to try to survive. For her second action, she'll shoot this guy, see if she has a chance. Okay. Alright, so actually, she can use her gunslinger ability, taking 1 strain, to get a surge, and that'll cancel out his thing with +3 attack, so she gets 3 damage through. So this guy is stunned, and he has a 7 out of 15 damage, and then she will move right next to him, since he shouldn't be able to attack her then. That's her whole turn. Oh crap, more enemies are spawning? I'm not sure I realized that would happen. Yuck, Gamorrean guards are nasty melee guys, and they are right next to Jin. Here they are, taking a break from being eaten by Rancors. Anybody else, please no. Alright, so this is the ending round. Let's see, ideally I want to kill some guys. I mean, really I want to kill him. I'm assuming he's worth a ton of fame, and then I want to get that. Can I do all those things? It seems kind of unlikely. Alright, so if we can have Onar go first. He'll use Don't Make Me Hurt You on him, and God, I hope he just rolls really high. Come on. Okay, that looks pretty good, and that's not great. Alright, so that's 3, 4, 5. One of my surges can cancel that, so it's 4 damage. And I have 1 surge left to get a strain back. And I can use Mutual Destruction to make it 5 damage. That means the ATSC only has 3 life left. Jin has a pretty decent chance with a point-blank quick draw of killing him with that. So with that in mind, I'll spend 2 strain to move here. I'm going to try to interact with that for free first. Alright, come on. Ooh. Okay, so once again, I'm not going to use my reroll, so this will be the end of my action, sadly. But that's good. I'll definitely reroll that. Okay. Alright, and ooh, crud. Well, I think he ignores all line of sight, which I think also means that I'll count as adjacent. But let's go here to get further away from him in case he attacks right now. Okay, and yes, it is him. Let's see if Jin can interrupt and kill him. So don't forget, she's got +1 damage from Cheap Shot. But Gunslinger is not unexhausted yet, so she can't get the free surge. I mean, that'll be kind of the key thing. I'm going to do 3 damage to finish this guy. Ooh, okay. So -3. Yes. Even though I didn't get a surge, the +1 damage from Cheap Shot is all it took. You are dead, sir. How much fame? 14? That's not as much as I thought it would be. But the key thing is that uses up the enemy's entire turn, which means now she's free to do stuff. Let's see, she can move 3 since she attacked. I think I'm going to go toward the Tusken Raiders. They seem less nasty than the Gamorreans. Guess she'll attack the first one right in front of her. Ooh, that's not ideal. So that gives me +3 damage. So that's 4 minus 2 is 2. Yuck. You know, actually, for her second action, she's going to rest because she's almost full of strain. That'll let her quick shoot 1 more time this turn. And that'll heal her up to only having 8 damage, so hopefully she can survive. And she did attack, so I guess she can, like, run back here or something. Let's see what they do. Okay, the Gamorreans. At the start of this group's activation, each of its figures that is not adjacent to a rebel recovers 1 while they aren't hurt. And Professional, while attacking, reroll each red die showing only a single damage result. Okay, and they want to attack Onar. He only has 13 life left, so he might get hurt. Let's see. 4, though. They do have reach, so they can attack 2 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, from here, yes, they can get line of sight to him. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Onar, please don't die. Oof. Their only surge ability, luckily, is cleaving for 2 damage to somebody else within attack range, and she is not because of the red wall between them. So Onar just takes 4. That puts him at a 21 out of 30. And then, ooh, this is nice. He'll move 2 to reposition 2, which means I don't think this guy can actually get an attack off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clearly not. Yeah, so he's just going to move up to 8 to reposition 2. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say. Alright, so only the Tusken Raiders still have yet to go. And I actually think Onar has a better chance of killing him. So let's have him do an attack for his first thing. So he'll use Don't Make Me Hurt You. Attack the one who's already hurt. He needs a 5 range. I think he'll be okay. So I got 4 range. So that's not ideal, but I got a ton of surges, so I can get +3. That's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another Another surge will cancel out 2 of his defense. That's -5, so he is dead. And I can get a strain back with my 3rd surge. And I'll definitely take a damage to untap Don't Make Me Hurt You. And I'll see if I can kill the last Tusken Raider before he activates. Okay. So I've got 5 range, so I don't need any boosts. That'll cancel 1 of those, but he has no defense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha ha ha! Last time, mutual destruction, I love you. So I'll get up to 7, and they are dead. Which is really a thing of beauty, because now they never activate, he'll just get out of the way. Now this will only matter if Jyn can kill both of them. I don't even think it's worth trying. Oh, what the hey, let's see what happens. She'll shoot at the first guy from this corner. He has 8 life. And yeah, even if she used her ability to add +3, he wouldn't be dead, so she can't kill them both, so it's not going to matter. Alright, I think that was pretty successful. Let's see how we did. Bronze, silver, or gold? 211. New high score, nice. Platinum! I think it's above gold. Awesome. And you'll see a lot of it was due to the crazy points I got, especially from Onar. He's a very powerful guy for this type of scenario. Probably a little too powerful with that brute strength ability. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is 100 and... well, crud. But yeah, that was like 124. A vast majority of my points just from interacting and getting those bonuses. Alright, so that was Imperial Assault Raid Mode. Check out my review video to hear what I think about kind of campaign and raid in general. And thanks again to our Patreon supporters who voted to see that mode. It's one I hadn't played much. Good gaming, and we'll see you at the next stop.